Hello and welcome back to Alan Wake. This is our second stream of the game. At the end of last night, we got to the end of Chapter 2. So we'll be starting from the beginning of Chapter 3, and this game has recaps for what happened in previous episodes, I believe, so I won't even have to give that.
Previously on Alan Wake, Alice has been kidnapped.
Alan, please help me.
Alice?
You'll do exactly what I say if you ever want to see your wife again.
I can't tell anyone except my agent Barry.
Damn it, Barry, they'll kill her. You're my best friend, and I'm worried that you're not right in the head.
The ransom is a manuscript I supposedly wrote that's coming true before my eyes.
It happened just the way it was on that page. So dark.
I have found only a few scattered pages.
I want the entire manuscript.
The deadline is in 2 days.
I found Mr. Wake's pages.
Good girl.
How the hell did she get her hands on the manuscript anyway?
I don't know. She's resourceful. I told you you were too hard on her. Listen, I found out all sorts of interesting stuff while I was digging around.
Yeah.
Mr. Wake, it's Sheriff Breaker. We have an FBI agent here, Agent Nightingale.
FBI?
He's anxious to see you. You'd better come to the station.
Okay, I'll be right over, Sheriff. Let's make this quick, huh?
Help you folks? Name's Randolph. I'm the manager.
We're looking for Rose. Works as a waitress down at the diner.
Rose, sure. Nice girl. Who wants to know?
I'm Alan Wake.
The writer, huh? I heard on the radio you were visiting. Well, I'll show you her trailer. That Rose, she's a nice girl. Always pays her rent on time.
As I was saying, Al, I found all sorts of weird stuff from the local newspaper's archives. This place is crazy. Disappearances, mysterious deaths, urban legends come true, and get this, most of this stuff takes place around Cauldron Lake.
Well, you ain't wrong, mister. The Indians thought the lake was a doorway to the underworld. I'm the God-fearing type myself. I don't hold with that sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. Anyway, there was an island there owned by a guy called Thomas Zane. Now, some of the articles I found about him make him out to be a famous writer, but I ran a bunch of searches, couldn't find a single thing he wrote. Zane was heavily into diving, so much so that the place came to be called Diver's Isle. But the volcano under the lake erupted in 1970, and Zane went down with the island.
I found some of his books. So, based on the manuscript pages that we
Come
found
on, mister. I'll take you to Rose's trailer.
in previous chapters, this Agent Nightingale is not our ally. And people are already saying that
Just follow me. It's not far.
the stuff in those manuscript pages is like all coming true. So, is giving us glimpses of future events every time we find one.
Listen, I got things to do. This place don't run itself.
Chill, bro. Chill. I'm snooping. It's a shame that the combat section in Chapter 2 is so long, because it's probably indicative of how things are going to go as the game progresses. And
Give me a break, mister. Can we just get a move on?
I'm not a fan of the combat in this game. Not even close. The hell is up with that boat? How? Poor Randy. Kind of cringe, bro. DAWG. Oh, this is her place?
It gets better. A local girl, Barbara Jagger, drowned in Cauldron Lake just a week earlier. They were lovers.
Sure, Jagger's a local spook story. The Scratching Hag. Comes for you in the dark. Childish stuff like that.
Anyway, Al, I'm just getting to the best part. All of the articles about this stuff were written by Cynthia Weaver. I asked around, and she's that crazy bag lady you met.
Oh,
What, the lamp lady? She can be a little loopy, but she's not homeless or anything.
Yeah, anyway, she knew both Jagger and Zane before they both died, and she had some kind of a breakdown.
Perry's got like zero tact talking about this kind of stuff right in front of one of the town's residents. You were the one telling me to hurry up, and then you stopped to shoot birds off the garbage cans? Come on.
Well, mister, this here's Rose's trailer. You mind me asking what you want with her?
We're just here to talk to her, pal.
Welcome to... Oh dear, Mr. Wake. I'm so glad you're here.
Rose, you have my manuscript?
Oh. Oh yes. Yes. Please, come in.
Hey, this is really good. Rose,
Yes,
my manuscript. I really need it.
I understand. I know what you need. A muse to inspire you.
Oh, for Barry. She doesn't have anything.
Yeah, hey, Al? Al, what's... Oh...
Barry!
Lovely.
What? What?
It's coming for you, hiding in my barber's skin. I'm too weak to stop it. You must turn the lights on.
I promised I'd come visit you and your lovely wife. You must finish what you started. I insist.
What is that thing?
You must turn the lights on. Turn the light on.
Back to work, boy.
I felt nauseous, hungover. Only anger kept me going.
I can't tell reality from dream anymore, but it seems I have an imaginary editor to help me. She's an old woman in a funeral dress. I call her Barbara Jagger. She's very strict. I'm writing faster and faster. My manuscript is being heavily revised. The edits are getting very aggressive, and each day there's less of me and more of her. I hate it, but I know she's right.
Aw.
She promises me I can save Alice this way. She knows more of this than I do. about the complex incantation I'm attempting, about this place. She's worked with another writer under similar circumstances, Thomas Zane. The genre of the story seems to be shifting. It's turning into a horror story. I'm getting close. I can feel it.
Okay. Wait, how did Rose get her hands on this? Oh yeah, I guess that was 3 years ago he was writing this. Sudden stop. Okay.
Rose took a day from me. I had less than 12 hours left to meet the kidnapper. All I could do was get Barry into the car, work something out once I got on the road.
Welcome to the Oh Dear Diner. What can I get you today? Coffee?
I couldn't work up much hate for Rose. Something had used her to get to me and left its mark.
First refill is free. Milk and sugar on the counter there. Would you like to hear today's specials? Thank you. A nice day. Come back soon.
Barry was out of it. He was way too heavy to carry.
You're right. I deserve more money. I'm so handsome.
Guess he's not coming. Oh, there's
My
him.
gun and flashlight were gone. I'd have to find a way to get Barry into the car as quickly as possible. There was no time to waste. Mr. Randolph liked Rose. That little smile she had. How she was still sweet when life had tried so hard to make her bitter. It wasn't any of his business what she did in her trailer. But those strangers, the writer and his smart-ass sidekick, looked like trouble. And they'd been in there for hours, way past her normal bedtime. He reached for the phone and called the sheriff's station.
So, Agent Nightingale's gonna show up. Great. Great. Trying to really get some exercise.
I just stepped outside to catch a breath of fresh air. Let me tell you, the weather's getting heavy. Nights like this make me especially glad I'm here talking to you and not home in bed. Once the weather takes a turn like this, I can't sleep at all. It's all tangled bed sheets and dark thoughts, punctuated by the occasional plunge into nightmare. Is it just me? Well, perhaps it is. But I hope I can make the night a little bit easier to get through. Caller, you're on KBF FM.
Hey, hi, it's Walt Snyder.
What's on your mind, Walt?
Well, I ain't the way you are, but, well, I can't sleep either, you know? I just been staring out the window here, trying to make sense of it all, but, I ain't been drinking either, you know? I just...
Well, you sound like a man with a problem, Walt.
I had argument with Danny, Danny, and, then I got in trouble with the law, and, I'm just, well...
I heard something like that, Walt.
Yeah, well, he's, Danny's my best friend, and, they let me on bail today, and now I'm just alone here at the window, waiting. Man, and there's something in the air tonight, man.
I was just outside looking up at the sky above our broadcast tower thinking the same thing. What are you waiting for, Walt?
I don't know. Something's gonna happen. I think I better go.
Well, maybe...
No, thanks, Pat.
Well, good luck to you, Walt. Hang in there. Let's take a little break, folks. This weather's really something else, huh?
How can I be sure?
Why is there a trashed boat right in the middle of the trailer park blocking the road? Oh, great. Why is he up? Waiting for me.
Oh, you're gonna get it now. God knows what you've done to that poor girl.
This is Agent Nightingale, FBI! Get him up, Hemingway! You're under arrest! You move a muscle, I'll unload right in your goddamn face! Stay right where you are, Slane!
What are? I'm standing right here, you goddamn maniac!
You would think that
I hated to leave Barry behind, but there was no way I'd miss my appointment with the kidnapper.
Give it up, Mr. Wake! Come on!
Get after him! Don't let him get away! Move it! Move it! Move it! I'll have your shot if you let him get away!
Stop running!
Freeze! Okay, men. Keep your eyes peeled. He's gonna try to make it through here.
Oh, damn.
No! Stop! He was right there! God damn it! Where'd he go? Look away! Keep an eye out!
I wasn't expecting to be the one trying to avoid the flashlight beams. You'd think that the rest of the police would question Nightingale opening fire like that.
We need to head him off.
With a civilian right there.
For decades, the darkness that wore Barbara Jagger's skin slept fitfully in the dark place that was its home and prison. It was hungry and in pain. It dreamed of its nights of glory when the poet's writing had called it from the depths and given it a brief, terrible taste of power and freedom. The rock stars had stirred it from the deep sleep the poet had sunk it back to in the end. When it sensed the writer on the ferry, it opened its eyes.
Uh-oh. Okay. Yeah, okay. Only those monsters will stick it to the cops now.
Come in, Agent Nightingale. This is Sheriff Breaker. Over.
Nightingale, over.
What on earth is going on? My deputies tell me you fired at Wake and he didn't have a
There we go.
almost hit a civilian instead. Over.
Sheriff, Wake's running.
sighted running along the gorge that leads westward from the trailer park. All units are advised that the suspect may be armed. Approach with caution. James out.
Being a police car, you'd think I would be able to, like, salvage a gun or something, but... Ah, there's a manuscript page.
Rose didn't know how the strange old lady got in her trailer, and she looked wrong somehow. The woman showed her teeth in an approximation of a smile and traced a finger down Rose's cheek. "Pretty girl," she said. Rose felt as if she was falling asleep, but her knees didn't buckle. The crone spoke in a whisper, her words ice cold and dark in Rose's ear.
All right.
Search the area. Stay sharp. This way. Over here.
Have fun, boys. So much for those guys. Guess I won't have to worry about
This
the police.
horror was everywhere I went, circling me. The cops didn't stand a chance. They were after a writer, not a monster.
Now I need a weapon. Shit.
I've lost contact with Wilson men you assigned to me. It's Wake's doing.
Wait, are you seriously telling me that geek writer just took out my deputies? Are you kidding? I mean, have you seen this guy? He wears a tweed jacket. Over.
He's the guy we're chasing. If it's not him, who then? Bigfoot? Over.
I don't know yet, but I'm not in the habit of jumping to conclusions. That tends to come back and bite you in the ass. Out.
He should just arrest him, throw him in a cell. Who the hell is this Nightingale? He's definitely doesn't seem like legit FBI. And if he is, then that's probably just a cover for whatever he's really doing. Bro. Shit. Bro's just brought down a fucking helicopter. I'm not looking forward to getting a flashlight and a weapon because that means it's time for me to fight. And I'm probably gonna find them up there. That's This is probably the direction that I'm going to be going.
I could see the lights of the radio station in the distance.
It's literally radiation. Okay.
This is James. Mulligan, Thornton, come in. Over.
Thornton here. James, we got both Wheeler and Rose in custody. They didn't put up a fight or anything. Why, they were... Hey, Mulligan, what are you doing? Come on!
Sit down and give me that. James, Mulligan here. Over. Go ahead, Mulligan. Over. We got Wheeler and Rose here. Wheeler's drunk or hopped up on something. Speaking of which, that Fed had a pretty distinctive whiff of Otis Scotch about him, if you know what I mean. Over. I don't have anything on that, Deputy Mulligan. Over. Well, whatever. Anyway, Rose is just being plain weird here. You better get Doc in to take a look at both. Over. Gotcha. You better get them here quickly. The, Fed's gonna want to interview Wheeler. Over. Oh, yeah, I'll bet he does. Looks like they have a lot in common. Mulligan out.
At least most of the police don't seem to trust that piece of shit either.
I imagined that the broadcast tower in the distance was part of the local radio station. Maine seemed like a decent guy. Perhaps he could give me directions to the coal mine. Unnatural shadows clung to the gate. The darkness that was after me was trying to stop me. I wouldn't get through without a light.
Fantastic. Oh, there's the light. Oh, I'm not getting a flashlight. And Dead by Daylight over here.
The old generator conked out. I'd have to see if I could fix it and try again.
Okay. I'd really rather not be running into monsters without weapons. Why is it trying to stop me? Flashlight. A gun though?
It took me a moment to recognize the flashbang grenades. They were an ideal weapon for my situation.
Team 1, come in. Over. Team 1, this is Sheriff Breaker. Report. Over. Team 2, come in. I need a report. Over. Come on, guys. Talk to me. Come in, please. Over.
I'm assuming the flashbangs are just going to stun them. Not going to be able to finish them off. Okay, never mind. Stand corrected. Press dodge. I'd rather not waste another flashbang. Oh. Wake, get into that light.
And here's another call. You're on KBF-FM with Pat Maine.
It's Milt Peabody, Pat.
What's on your mind, Milt?
Well, I live near the trailer park, Pat, and there's a big ruckus going on over there.
Well, that's just up the road from me, too. What's going on, do you know?
I don't know, but there's a bunch of police cars there, lots of sirens, a helicopter buzzing around, and I think I heard some gunshots.
Gunshots?
Yes, sir, like from a pistol. So can you find out what's going on? Because it's just next door, and they're popping off guns there.
They're still shooting?
No, it was maybe 10, 15 minutes ago. It sounds serious, Pat. I'm telling you, it don't sound like no party.
I'm certainly going to give the station a call, Milt.
Okay.
You'll hear it here as soon as I hear from them.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, come on.
Touched by the dark presence, Rose was lost in a dreamland where everything was drawn in black and gray crayons. The old lady had promised her that all her wishes would come true. She would be Alan Wake's muse. She was smiling so hard it hurt her face. She crushed a bottle full of sleeping pills into the coffee. Deep down inside, she was screaming in terror.
Here we go again. God for that. Trust no one in the dark. Yeah. Walk in light. Oh shit. Thank God. It's running low. I'd love to know where he's putting all these flashbangs he's picking up. They're not exactly small. Kind of want to run around and search for pages, but I also don't want to go back and fight more monsters. Oh shit. Oh, so if you've removed their shield, then they die in one hit. A flashback. Copy that. Keep that in mind for the future.
I I hope Maine could lend me a car to get to the coal mine.
Hello, Lorna. What do you have for us?
Well, I just don't see why the cops bother with the trailer park.
What do you mean?
It's a trailer park. Of course you're going to have trouble in a place like that. I mean, what do you expect? The sheriff should be helping us
Wow.
instead of wasting resources on those people.
Well,
Let the trash sort themselves out. I'm sorry, but my granddaddy settled in Bright Falls in 1911.
well, thank you very much for that compassionate viewpoint, Lorna.
How can I be sure?
Pat Maine seems like a pretty decent guy. Boy, is he in for a shock.
Oh, here's a little surprise. The famous writer Alan Wake just walked in. Folks, I'm going to see if I can talk him into an interview.
Come on in, Mr. Wake. Oh, I'm so glad you could find the time to do this, Mr. Wake.
Nowhere to run now, Dan Brown. You back away from me. Don't hurt it.
Whoa. Everyone calm down. Put the gun down. We're all friends here, right?
Cool your jets, Nightingale. We got him. What the hell's the matter with you? There's a civilian in there.
I'll get you yet, even if it kills me. You hear me? You hear me, H.P. Lovecraft?
I had fallen off so many cliffs it was ridiculous. That's what you get for naming a book The Sudden Stop. It was probably good I hadn't had the chance to tell Maine where I was going. I'd have to lose the cops and find my own way to the mine.
It's kind of crazy that they showed up like 30 seconds after he said who showed up. And if I'm gonna have to fight monster dogs, that's not gonna be fun. Terrible in every game.
Nightingale stared through the broken studio window into the dark woods. He turned around, started to walk out, but Maine grabbed his arm. "Young man, you almost shot me. You don't shoot off rounds at people like that. What's the matter with you?" Nightingale shook his arm free, marched out. His cheeks burned with rage and humiliation.
Yeah, who the fuck opens fire when there's civilians around like that? And the person you're trying to catch doesn't even have a weapon. Train depot, huh? We got here. There's pink bullets. Whoa. Okay. Love how it's making me pick everything up. Okay, stick to this path down here.
There was no sensible reason for the power company work lights to be here. It was almost as if they'd been left for someone like me to use.
Darkness controls the taking. Yeah, I never would have figured that one out. Oh, they don't stay on. Really? That's not what I wanted to use. Come on. Are you kidding me? Not going that way. Seems like the correct direction. That just makes me wonder.
The bulldozer's engine roared to life.
Oh,
Mud and
lovely.
rocks flew as it fought for traction. It crashed through the concrete wall and landed heavily in the yard. If it were an animal, it would have shaken its head after the impact, fixed its eyes on me, and charged. Of course, it had no head, nor eyes. Shadows crawled on its form, twisting it into a monster. Then, it came for me.
Oh, at least I've got some hints as to what's coming.
Sarah trusted her gut, and her gut said Agent Nightingale was an asshole. He felt wrong, and it wasn't just the smell of stale booze. It was in the way he flashed his badge, pulled rank, the look in his eyes when he wanted answers. Where was Alan Wake? What was this about an accident? Where was his wife? And most importantly, why did she let Wake go? He wouldn't answer her questions. Federal business was all he'd say.
Assuming this is where shit gets serious.
Hello?
The most stubborn man I've ever met.
Alice? Alice?
Alan. Alan. I'm so afraid. Keeps me in the dark. Please help me. I look at you, Alan, and it's not you. Something else. Looking out from behind your eyes.
Alice, I'm here.
I'm so alone here. It's all gonna go to hell. You need to be careful. Cooperate.
The connection had been terrible, but that wasn't the only thing that hadn't been right with the call. She sounded wrong somehow, but she had called me.
Don't trust anybody in the dark, Alan Wake.
The pipe wrenched itself loose from the bridge's steel framework. Wrapped in darkness, it floated in midair, twitching. For a moment, I didn't understand what I was looking at. The heavy object lurched at me with impossible force. I threw myself out of the way, but just barely. When I turned my flashlight on it, it shook in a dark rage before it flew at me again. I could see a railway bridge up ahead and a warehouse of some sort on the opposite shore. I hoped I could find a car from there.
Before that, saw a building over here. Yes, there's cash here. Not often that you get attacked going through these caches. Usually they, up until now, they've so far been like safe. Hollow.
The darkness that was pursuing me was growing stronger, and it was taking over everything in its path. I slammed the door shut right in his smug face. He pleaded for me to open the door. True to form, the asshole actually thought I would obey. I had no sympathy left, no guilt either, not for him. I took a moment to savor the scream. I bet I had a smile on my face. It was all that I had time for. The dark presence was inside the lodge with me. As a teenager, just starting to get interested in writing, Stephen King had been a source of inspiration to me. I thought about all the inanimate objects that had come to life in his books. No one is safe in a good horror story. Certainly not the protagonist. That's what makes them fun. This was anything but. The darkness could possess anything, and it was getting closer.
There's a lot of stuff around here for it. A lot of explosive stuff around. Fantastic.
Did you call 911?
Light, you can hurt them. Yeah. Never would have figured that one out. Ah. Some light. Probably some night springs.
We take the facts of our existence for granted, unaware that they are merely a thin veneer of desperate self-delusion, covering a vast cosmos of madness and horror. All too often, the stars are right. In Night Springs. Tonight's episode, a family occasion. Journalist Alvin Durleth's trip to study the local customs of an insular community in Night Springs has been less than successful. Until tonight.
Well, I'm glad you changed your minds about this. Ancient customs, local mythology. My editor loves this kind of stuff.
Well, Mr. Durleth, we don't want to feel like we're on exhibition. But you have demonstrated the seriousness of your intent.
Oh, I am serious. Really, just do your thing. I'll stay out of your way and observe.
Actually, I thought you could assist us. I'm afraid we are a man short. It would provide you with an intimate perspective.
Could I really?
Of course, Mr. Durleth.
Well, I guess that's the least What would I have to do?
Oh, here. Let me show you with a kiss.
What did you add?
Oh, Mr. Durleth, you have well pleased Nixie Perka, the dweller in flesh. Your body shall host his 1,000 young, and all shall be glory. Shh, darling.
such quests always bear fruit. In Night Springs.
Oh, that was fast.
The darkness surged towards me, sucking everything loose from the ground into its depths, tugging at my clothes. I saw the flare the kidnapper had dropped and threw myself towards it just as I felt my feet leave the ground. The darkness embraced me with the force of a tornado. Somehow I managed to light the flare. The darkness roared and cast me away. I fell toward the dark waters of the lake far below.
I'm just gonna run to the bathroom. Be right back. Hey, I am back. Oh, great. Oh boy. Dude, that thing is fast. I hate the combat in this game. Okay. There's lots of supplies. I came into this fight with like full everything. So that helped a little bit.
I had never been this glad to see the sunrise. I had a couple of hours to get to the coal mine.
Don't even know where it is.
The coal mine wasn't far now. Today, I would meet the kidnapper, and he would give me Alice. I wouldn't give him any other choice. A drowning man will clutch at a straw.
Makes it sound like he's got some kind of bargaining chip. He's got nothing to give this kidnapper. Coal Mine Museum. Manuscript pages. Wait, could you not have driven a little further up the road? Jesus. You should know better than anybody that you're not in any shape to be walking / running. Assuming I can actually. Checking items. Bridge is up. The driving controls are trash. Wow. Bro, come on. Okay. Now I know how to get out of the... Guessing the coal mine's down that way. Let's see what's up. Something?
This is Pat Main, and you're listening to KBF-FM. Folks, I want to apologize for kind of abandoning you to that looping music track last night, but I was detained. You see, I encountered a big-shot G-man with an itchy trigger finger who could use a lesson in manners and a boot in the ass. Not necessarily in that order, either. Now, folks, I know I'm not being very informative here, and I apologize for that. I really should just keep quiet, but I'm just so peeved right now, because some people just shouldn't be carrying badges. I'm just glad that our Sheriff Breaker was there to straighten things out. And if someone I met last night is listening, let me just say, I'm sorry if my mouth got you in trouble. I'm pretty sure you're not the bad guy here. Godspeed, son. I hope you know what you're doing. Now, on a lighter note, I'll be talking to Dr. Nelson all morning. But first, a little music.
Knew he was a good guy. Glad he didn't get shot. Oh. Did I just get myself stuck? Not quite. Close. Really? Gotta take a different vehicle because this one's really damaged.
Welcome back to KBF FM. Hope you enjoyed that tune. Now, Doc, you were talking about life and finding that special someone, that soulmate.
Well, you were talking about that. I was saying I don't buy it.
Well, see, to me, that's strange, because I always pegged you as a hopeless romantic.
You got me there, Pat. But I think love's where you look for it. And you need to do a lot of looking, sure. But the idea that there's that one special person out there for you, and if you miss that chance, it's gone forever and you're forever incomplete. I mean, isn't that depressing? Or, heck, childish even? Hey, there's plenty of fish in the sea.
And apparently a fisherman has a fishing analogy for everything, but what you're saying, isn't that a little harsh?
Well, no. What I am saying is that your potential for finding that connection isn't limited to what's essentially a chance encounter. How is that harsh?
Yeah, well, I guess that's a nice thought, but let me say something personal here.
Okay.
Now, well, I don't disagree with you exactly, but I can't really fit that together with what I feel, what I felt for someone, because she was the one. She was. And I let her drift away from me. Maybe I didn't put in the work, I don't know, but well, since then, and it was a long time ago, but since then there hasn't been anyone, not like her. And I'm not saying I dwell on her or haven't moved on. I like my life. I'm not living in the past, but I do miss the way she completed me.
You can't argue with the heart, Pat.
I'm sorry, folks. I had kind of a scary experience last night, and let's just say it's shaken a few things loose.
I don't know why he keeps stopping.
For Mott, spying on the writer on the ferry had been a disappointment. His boss had made Wake out to be something special, but Mott hadn't been impressed.
Oh, that's the
He'd
kidnapper?
gotten a good long look at the wife, though, and he liked what he saw. Mott had fantasized about goading Wake into a fight, but it hadn't happened. Still, he'd get his chance to see if the writer had anything in him. He'd been promised as much. I was early. I was supposed to meet the kidnapper at noon in the main building. The coal mine was quiet. It was a museum now.
While there were some earlier residents in the area, the true genesis of the town of Bright Falls came with the founding of the Bright Falls Mining Company and the opening of the Bright Falls coal mine in 1878. Although the work was hard and dangerous, many immigrants, Germans, Poles, Italians, Finns, and Swedes, among others, worked the mines. While lucrative at first, the mining steadily declined in the 20th century. The seams were rich, but hard to get at, and the volcanic activity in the area made the mine shafts particularly dangerous.
With Nightingale gone and the night wind blowing in through the broken studio window, Maine stared at Sarah. The sheriff looked away. Maine's voice shook with barely controlled anger. That boy's doing more drinking than thinking. I hope you know what you're doing, Sarah. He's got a sickness in his eyes. You take my word for it. He wants Wake for a reason, and it's not for anything good.
In 1970, a volcanic eruption below Cauldron Lake, while relatively minor, caused most of the deep mining tunnels to collapse or flood. 32 miners lost their lives in the calamity, and all mining around Bright Falls came to a final stop. Now, many of the remaining buildings are protected as historical landmarks.
I didn't want to go outside. Cops had to be looking for me. The noon sun turned the place into a sauna. The day dragged on. Different scenarios ran through my mind. Ways of how I'd torture the kidnapper to get Alice back. Or the different horrible things he could have done to her. I imagined her dead. I had no way of knowing she was still alive. It was killing me. I was running on blind hope. It was all a waste of time. The bastard never showed up.
You waited till night. Now I gotta make my way through this fucking coal mine.
Wake!
Where the hell are you?
Change of plans. You know where Mirror Peak is? It's a big mountain north of where you are. You follow the path from the mine, you can't miss it. There's a lookout point there. I'll be waiting.
I'm through being jerked around by
You
you.
want to see your wife alive? Because if you do, you better watch what you say to me. Do we understand each other?
I want to talk to Alice.
Yeah, and I want the manuscript. Don't keep me waiting, Wake.
Hello? Hello? Ah! I'm gonna kill him.
I had to get to Mirror Peak.
Fantastic.
It was close. Maybe closer than ever before.
Fuck was that? Oh.
When Thomas Zane fell for Barbara Jagger, it happened fast. She was young, vibrant, and beautiful, full of life. He had never been a very happy man, and without any seeming effort, she had changed all that. Zane felt good for the first time in his life. Everything she did was another piece of a jigsaw puzzle he hadn't even known he'd been missing. And best of all, she made the words flow, strong and sharp. She was his muse.
That stuff about Zane feels very disconnected from the rest of the manuscript. Yes, that's my objective right now. Some fun. Oh, I thought I saw a page in here. Not. Oh, great. Okay. This is a big arena. We gotta turn the power off. These power lines. Ah, that's why we have to go over there. Okay.
The only way to reach the hillside ahead was to go through the building. I had to find a way to avoid electrocution.
Oh. Okay. And usually I'm trying to turn power on for stuff, not off. Right. Oh, and there goes the light. Got thrown out of bounds. I'm okay with that. Alright. He's taking a little damage. Okay. That could have gone worse. That tornado went directly in the direction that I need to go, so that's not good. Oh shit. happened to the other guys? Oh, I fired a flare. That's why. Damn it. I have the revolver out. Oh, it's so confused. Waste. Like the fact that there's like no aiming reticle or anything so that I can shoot that. And it just like auto aims for the enemies. Trust no one in the dark. Yeah, the combat in this game is like gutter trash. Story is the only reason I'm playing it. Very subtle.
Some of the Taken retained echoes of their former selves, but these were just the nerve twitches of a dead thing. Nothing remained but a shell covered and filled with darkness. In most cases, these puppets were enough for the purposes of the Dark Presence. But for anything more elaborate, as with the writer, it was different. It needed his mind. And so rather than taking him over completely, it merely touched him.
Lovely. Bro, what?
There was no way the flashbang grenades were standard power company equipment.
do wonder what happens if you leave this stuff. I'm assuming there's a purpose to it, and there's a reason that you would want to get rid of it. He doesn't get stunned with the first strike. So many, what the hell? Do they just come endlessly? That would be really shitty because I got finite resources. I do get the feeling that that is not the case. They always have finite numbers because of their finite resources, but
I stared through the bars of the jail cell. Barry stood behind me, swaying on his feet, looking as ill as I felt. Agent Nightingale stood on the other side of the bars with Sheriff Breaker. Nightingale had a stack of manuscript pages in his hand. He seemed unhinged as he gloated. Well, I've got you now, Raymond Chandler. It's all here. All the evidence, including conspiracy to murder a federal agent.
love it. Aha. Yeah. Some more revolver ammos. Their aim is way too good at those things. Ah, what? Now I know that I'm going to get challenged going for these caches. Okay, no gun ammo. It's all flashbangs. That's fantastic. Ooh. On Wake. What D2 shotgun rounds? A lot.
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
And what? He's got your wife, buddy. No idea where. Yeah, I'm holding down E. Okay. Up action shotgun seems to do a lot less damage. I feel like this might actually be infinite enemies, so maybe just keep moving forward.
I had no real plan. I was going to give the kidnapper all the manuscript pages I had for Alice. If that wasn't enough, I'd hold him at gunpoint and make him talk.
That's a real dumbass plan, but
The dark presence was moving ahead of me in the same direction I was going. A cold feeling settled itself in the pit of my stomach. Was it going for Alice?
The graveyard shift may cause cancer.
shit. It's under the suit. Let's get it. Right. Let's throw that thing at me.
The place was dead, a ghost town. Had been for decades, maybe a century.
Jesus. That was very close. Good thing I was prepared for that.
Things were never as simple in real life as in fiction. I had lost count of the times I had wished there'd be a clear reason for my writer's block. Something to fight, something to lash out on. There wasn't. I was filled with doubt. I was nothing like the hero in my books. Alex Casey had gone through his life with single-minded determination, never wavering from his goal. Even now, I was angry at myself, angry at Alice, angry at Barry. I was fumbling and I had no plan.
Gray Peak Gorge. Originally founded in 1928, the Gray Peak Gorge mining town was one of the permanent settlements the Bright Falls Mining Company built for its workers. The nearby graveyard is a testament to the dangers the miners faced on a daily basis. Most of the men who lost their lives over the years here were buried there, a grim reminder to be careful for those who remain. Gray Peak Gorge was abandoned almost overnight when the Bright Falls Mining Company closed its doors in 1970. Touching it? Come on. I moved a tiny little bit and it touched it. That was the end of that. Ah! Oh.
I needed a key for the door.
Sure, all my guns are loaded. It's bad.
Anything outside of writing is a struggle. I feel ill. I managed to make my way downstairs. There's a shoebox filled with books and papers by Thomas Zane. It's very hard to focus, but I managed to read some of it. He's a poet, and a good one. He writes of muses and creators summoning fabulous things from a magic lake, using his powers to shape the world of a realm of gods and dreams and demons, dark things that wait for a chance to slip through, wearing the flesh of men as disguise. Zane writes about himself, his girlfriend being taken over by a dark presence, about growing scared of the lake. Zane believes it's a mirror to the gaping void of darkness above, where some Lovecraftian presence lurks. I crawl back upstairs. I'll borrow these things for my story. They ring true. They fit.
Oh. Is there a reason that I would want the hunting rifle over the shotgun? I've got so much more ammo for the shotgun. I'm gonna guess it kills the big guys in less hits. Sure seems like some Lovecraftian presence to me.
The kidnapper had sent me a text. The message was full of spelling errors and insults. It was telling me to hurry up.
Not auto-equip the flare gun and waste ammo. Strong weapon.
Birds.
can always go to Cauldron Lake. Beautiful.
Without warning, the headache stabbed at my brain.
Alice? Alice?
That's yeah, the same.
I'm losing it. I gotta get out of here. The hunters were big, thick-set men, confident and at home in the woods. They were feeling good, running on beer, ghost stories, and camaraderie late into the night. It did them no good, as they were taken by the dark presence, sucked deep into a darkness far worse than any ghost story they ever told or heard.
I'll probably call it after this chapter. I want to go get some food from a restaurant. It's not going to be open for very much longer. Fortunately, I've had some very long days at work, so I played too much when I get home. On the weekend, that will hopefully change. I'll be able to make more progress. Okay, so the hunting rifle is actually good.
Even behind the closed doors and curtains of his grimy room at the Majestic, the local motel, Nightingale could feel the locals' eyes on him, the unrelenting pressure of their judgment. He forced it out of his mind. For all he knew, they could all be under Wake's spell already. You do what you have to do to get the job done. He took comfort from the bottle in his hand. Please, he thought, just let me get through this. have to make my way up this mine shaft in order to go on. Maybe the machinery could help me with that.
Hit the range of movement. Oh. Skip the ledge. There we go. That's where we're going.
Lightning flashed behind the windows of Cauldron Lake Lodge. Tor Anderson laughed and held the steel hammer above his head. Nurse Sinclair was trying to calm him down without success. Tor grinned madly and shouted, "My hammer's up. Here's a friendly poke from Molnir, wench." He brought the hammer down with all his might on Sinclair's head. "We're on a comeback tour, baby."
Lovely. Fires against the birds, huh?
Oh, great. Another cake jar. Just great.
That was the last thing I want to get into. Lucky, Stu. Where the hell did that come from? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Cauldron Lake. The 8th deepest lake in the world, Cauldron Lake is a caldera lake formed in a volcanic crater. The volcano itself could be considered to be active, but it has not erupted since the volcanic earthquakes of 1970, and even then, the underground activity was comparably mild. Despite some property damage, there were no casualties. Cauldron Lake is one of the most beautiful spots in the Bright Falls area, as well as a central figure in many local folktales. It's a popular recreational area for the area residents. Yes, a rope bridge that's super safe. All these things trying to stop you. Run, dumbass. Okay, I cannot choose to run or anything. Bro, move it. No, that's not what I wanted.
Maud had checked all of Stucky's rental cabins. There had been no sign of the Wakes. It was dark when he'd found their car parked at the end of the road by Cauldron Lake. It made no sense. They must have taken a wrong turn, but there was no sign of them, and the car had been there for hours already. Frustrated, Mott stood on the rotten ruin of the footbridge that had once led to Diver's Isle before it sank beneath the waves years ago. The boss wouldn't be happy.
So, he's got nothing to do with the darkness then. For now. Sure, it could probably twist him. Its ends. I wouldn't be walking across that. Okay. Alright, Superman. Guess we're going to the basement. Miss you, Tom. Did you write this? Oh God. Bro. Thomas Zane and Curse you, Thomas Zane. Okay. Oh, life. Okay. Why does it switch my grenade weapon? Very easy.
I could see Cauldron Lake. I thought I could make out the spot where the island and the cabin had been. There was a light near it. It had to be a boat. I was close now. I had to get there fast. I dreaded what I would find. I tried to hold on to Alice, but her form melted away. I was losing control. Dr. Hartman stood in her place. I wanted to hit him, but my arms were jelly. He smiled. It was a reassuring smile, and I hated him for it. I had to give you a sedative. Don't fight it. You went through another rough period. Right now, it's very important that you stay calm. We don't want you to have another episode. You're a patient at my clinic. Have been for a while now.
Oh God, I see. You're gonna gaslight the shit out of him.
Wait! That you? Wait!
Hey, I'm here! I'm coming!
No! Get away! I'm sorry. Please, lady. The boss didn't know who he was messing with. I didn't know. I swear I didn't know. We don't have his wife. We don't know where she is. She's probably drowned. We just said we had her to make a play ball. You see? To get him writing for us. Please. Please. Oh. I'm sorry. Please don't hurt me.
Oh. Push for that guy, I guess. Taken. shit. That would not be a fun landing. End of episode 3. All right. Oh, that was a long one, so we're going to call it there for tonight. We'll pick it up tomorrow or the next day. I'm gonna go get some food. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. See you next time.